Congressman Jared Moskowitz sent Hassan Piker his condolences after defeating DSA-backed Oliver Larkin. However, Piker says the results were unbelievably promising for the socialist movement. Fortunately, Congressman Moskowitz joins me here in New York. Would you like to tell us your response to Piker, sir?
Well, I mean, I subscribe to the Talladega Nights rules of elections. If you're not first, you're last. I mean, they lost. The election is over. So I don't know what's promising about that. Look, I represent folks that, like my grandparents escaped the Holocaust. This country, saved their lives. I got people who live in the community that have, escaped Cuba and escaped Venezuela, have escaped socialism. They love this country. And they see, things on the DSA platform like abolish the Senate and abolish prisons and open borders. And they hear them talking about celebrating 100 years of Fidel Castro. And they just don't know what's going on with some of these folks in the party.
Does the DSA members, or Piker, do they belong inside the big tent Democrat Party? Can you coexist with them?
Well, I mean, we're going to see if we can coexist with them. I mean, they can't coexist with me. They targeted me months ago to try to take me out in a district that Trump won by 9. So that was clear there. They weren't interested in winning the general election in my seat. They were interested in just taking out a Democrat. And so, look, they're making blue seats cobalt blue, but we got to win the general election. That should be the goal, and everyone needs to be rowing in that direction. But instead, they're too busy doing these fights and trying to take out Democrats.
But I know you're Jewish. Do Jewish voters feel politically homeless because so many Democrats call Israel a genocidal state? Let's get to that issue.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, I talk to my Jewish friends, Jewish voters in my district, outside of my district, across the country. And I have never heard the anxiety from Jewish parents. Again, my grandmother was part of the Kindertransport out of Berlin as a child. Her parents were killed in Auschwitz. My grandfather's whole family was killed in Poland from the pogroms. And the anxiety that I'm hearing from Jewish families, it's not just about Israel. The anti-Semitism that they're seeing within America. Yeah. Every single solitary day, they're worried about their future. We assimilated here. And, we've had problems around the world, generations, thousands of years. Jews have had these issues. And this country is now starting to embrace some of those things. And people are really scared.
But it's a bitter divide within the Democrat Party.
Well, listen, if we're being honest, it's a bitter divide on the Democratic Party. It's also a bitter divide in the Republican Party, where, Dan Bilzerian just ran against Randy Fine, running Nazi commercials. James Fishback ran against Byron Donalds, maybe the most racist anti-Semitic campaign I've ever seen run by anyone running for governor. And so the fringes are all of a sudden embracing this sort of hatred. But I can tell you, you talk to Jewish families, they're recapturing and remembering the stories their grandparents told them in the run-up to thing in Europe, where Jewish businesses were abandoned. People felt that they could, go protest outside houses of worship. They felt ostracized. And that's how Jews right now are starting to feel in this country.
What do you think about Mayor Mamdani in New York? What should he do? Because we do have a divided city. And I don't think that's very good. And I don't like the atmosphere on the street. What do you think Mamdani should do?
Look, I think the mayor talks out of both sides of his mouth, right? It seems like almost every day now he has to condemn some anti-Semitic attack that happened in New York. But at the same time, right, he is feeding the red meat to those anti-Semites every day in New York. And I think he's got to recognize that as long as he's feeding that red meat, then every single day he's going to have to be condemning another anti-Semitic attack.
Last one for you. Angie Nixon won her Senate Democrat primary. And she has some extreme ideas. I'm going to run something on our screen just to show you what she's up to. Abolish the prisons. She's got a long list of radical policies. Can you explain to me how it is that she won? I mean, look at that list of ideas that she's got. Medicare for all, abolish ICE, path to citizenship, cancelling student debt, free childcare, et cetera, et cetera. How come she won?
Well, look, I know Angie. I think she won because she outworked her opponent. In politics, work still matters. People want to see you on the ground. They want to see you working. And she just dramatically outworked her opponent, who wasn't from Florida. Angie's from Florida. She's a current representative. People know her. She tapped into, obviously, the African-American community. She tapped into women voters. And she tapped into low-income voters who are suffering in this economy. And so, look, I don't support abolishing prisons. I think she talks more about private, for-profit prisons, which I think a lot of Americans don't understand why those exist. But I'm not for getting rid of prisons. I'm not for getting rid of the Senate like the DSA has in their agenda. You know, just get rid of Article 1 of the Constitution.
But you're going to have to deal with it if she wins and gets in the Senate.
Oh, well, listen, right now, 5% of the people who are going to go to the 120th Congress are DSA members on the Democratic side. It's 5%. It's not the whole party, but yes, we're going to have to deal with that come January.
Congressman, it's a real pleasure. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.